Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie. Today I'm going to be doing my Project Pan finale for 2023. I have been project panning for years. I don't know, it's kind of a way of life. But I definitely have slowed down in the amount of products I bring in, so I don't have as many products to pick from. But the kind of goal for this last couple of months was really to push things that just had a little bit left out before the end of the year. So I'm excited to share with you the update. Let's go ahead and dive in. The first product I have here is an eyeshadow primer. So this is from Milani. It's their eyeshadow primer. I really love this. About one tube of this lasts me a whole year, which is awesome. And I did finally finish this up. So it is, as thin and twisted and contoured this packaging as much as I could. And this is officially done, which is fantastic. I have, already have a new one going, but I do really enjoy this product and I was just finishing it up so I could open my new one and have something fresh for the new year. So this was a success and this is done. I have two face primers that I was focusing on from the last time. So the first is the Fenty Pro Filter True Matte Primer. This is one of my all-time favorite primers. I have oily skin and this one really, really works well for me. It's not silicone-y where it just kind of sits on top of the skin. It really does kind of blend in and I do feel like it helps with some oil control throughout the day. So this is all done. I can't pump anything else out of here. So I brought this into the project last time and you can see there was a little mark here on where it was. So there wasn't too much left. Just kind of that ending little bit there. So I did finish this up. I already have another one of this as well. It's my go-to. So I'm not without it, but I am happy to have, again, kind of finished up this bottle, moved it along so I can start the new year with a fresh bottle. Then I also have this primer that was in, this is from Milani. It's the Chill Out primer. So this one I did not finish. I'm just a couple uses away though. So given that this update is going up on the 15th, I should be able to still get this finished up before the end of the year. So this is where it was when I brought it in last month, and this is roughly where I am right now. So, I mean, I have made a good progress. And again, I think I probably just have one or two because I'm definitely like kind of twisting the package to get the last bit out. So, yeah, I think this is something I actually can still finish before the end of the year. It just didn't happen by this particular update. This is an okay primer. I originally kind of got it to just supplement so I wasn't using my favorite primer every day. It's kind of that hoarding your favorite mentality. And I think going forward, I'm just going to use my favorite every day and not worry about having a second primer to alternate with. It doesn't make sense. So I'm going to finish this up. Just didn't finish it by today. Okay, so that's it for primers. Now I have a couple of powder products that are long-term residents of this Project Pan. So let's start with the bronzer. I've been working on the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer, and I have a video clip from last time, so I'll put them side by side so you can see the comparison. I have not finished this. I have used it 166 times this year. I panned it all last year, and I still am not done with this bronzer. So this is where I'm currently at. It certainly is getting, thinner, and there's more pan every time. And you know what? I'm actually not sick of this bronzer, which is pretty surprising. I actually think it is a very nice bronzer and I would consider repurchasing it. But yeah, thought 2023 was going to be the year that I'd finish this up and it's just not. I haven't had to repress it. I don't know if I really would. I mean, it definitely is starting to get pretty thin and like you can kind of see a gap between the product and the pan at the bottom, which is kind of prone to crumbling, but I don't know. I guess I'll just make that decision when it happens, but it hasn't happened yet. So this is the bronzer, still kicking after 2 years of panning it. Now I am pretty fair skin and I don't love to use a ton of bronzer. I like to do a dusting kind of on the perimeter of my face. I put a little bit on the sides of my nose and just a little bit on my jawline, but I don't go too crazy with bronzer. So that's part of it too, is just I'm fair skinned. I don't need much bronzer for it to make a difference in my face shape and everything. So I am pretty light-handed with this, but it also shows me I really don't need too many bronzers in my collection because, wow, this has been a long time still in the making. All right, the other powder product that is kind of a long-term resident of this project pan is from my Hourglass quad here. This is a couple years old now, and I'm getting a lot of use out of it, so I would love to see them release another quad. I just think the 6-pan palettes are a little bit too big, but the quads are fantastic. So I am working on this shade right here, and this is called Soft Light, and I use it as an under eye setting powder. So you can see with the clip, I have made very good progress in the last about 2 months here with this product. So more pan is showing. It still is not completed. I didn't really expect it to be honest, but I am very pleased with how close I am. And it's very, I don't know how I use this, pretty thin, because I've been running my brush kind of all over around this little, I don't know, 3 corners there. And so I'm wearing down the top as well. It's not just pulling the product back from the pan, it's wearing down kind of everywhere. So that has been going really well. I've used this 113 times since I put it in the project this year. Of course, I had used this in years past and all that, but I'm really, really pleased with where I'm at. So I did not finish this year. I will keep using it. I love using it. And you'll probably see this next year with the bronzer as well to finally finish those 2 up. Actually, while we're in here, we can talk about the highlighter. So I put the highlighter in this one in the project last time. I had the goal to use it 30 times. I used it 28 times. So I'm 2 uses shy. I definitely will use it 2 more times before the end of the year. And I just really love this highlight. So I could definitely see myself putting more emphasis on this highlight next year in my normal kind of makeup routine. I have been focusing my brush kind of along this edge to kind of pull product down. So I do have just a little bit of pan showing along the side here, but nothing too significant. But I also can see a difference in how it shows kind of on the side. I'm not sure if the camera's really going to pick this up or not, but it's definitely lower on this end and then, higher on this end. So it's a great highlighter. I really enjoy it. So didn't quite hit 30 by today, but it kind of like the Milani primer, I will definitely hit 30 before the end of the month. Okay, and then this was a kind of gimme rollover last time. So this is the ColourPop Fresh and Peachy Blush. The packaging has seen better days, but the product inside is fantastic. So this is a blush that I was working on. I only had 3 uses left at my last update, so I finished those 3 uses pretty quickly. And then I've since moved on to different blushes for December and just kind of this winter time of year. I really like the peach blush in spring and summer and kind of like early fall, but then in winter, I do like to go for a more neutral and a little bit more pinky blush to kind of get that flushed look. So anyway, I did hit my goal on this product. It's a fantastic blush. A lot of times I put things in with the usage goals just to make sure I'm using and rotating through everything in my collection, which I just posted a makeup collection video if you want to see what's in my collection, and maybe that'll help you understand why my project pans are a little bit smaller than they used to be, because I have a smaller collection in general. Okay, next we had a setting spray. This is from Makeup Revolution. It's the Matte Fix. It says Oil Control Fixing Spray. I don't know about oil control, but definitely doesn't make me look dewier. And I think that it holds makeup on my face better. So I had the goal to finish this. I have indeed finished it. This is where my line was. So this was pretty easy for me to finish up. I use it most days to just kind of mist on my face. And I do, 3 to 4 different sprays to really kind of cover my face. So this was easy to finish up. I also had a backup, so I was ready to pull that one out, and kind of the same thing, just finish this one up for the new year. Okay, and then the last 2 products are lip products. So I'll start with the one I'm wearing today. That is the Tom Ford Casablanca lip color. So this is a little mini lipstick I got over the summer. I bought my fiance a Tom Ford cologne for his birthday, and then this was the gift of purchase. So kind of got a birthday gift too. And this is what it looks like. So my goal was to use it 10 times. I was really kind of deciding, do I like this shade? Do I want to keep it? What's the long term with this? And I do think I'm going to keep it. I have it on today. I think, it's not an everyday color for me, but when I do want something a little bit more bold, I like the shade, and I think that it can be a cute statement. So I'm glad I had the goal to use it 10 times. I have used it at least 10 times. After I hit 10, I stopped counting. I think this is technically like 11 or 12, but I am going to keep this, and I like that it's a mini because I don't wear shades like this too often, so I definitely don't need a full size of kind of a bolder, darker shade, but I do like this one. So this is going to be staying in my collection and something that, you know, I can revisit throughout the winter, I would say probably, and maybe in the summer if I want something, but this is nice. Okay, last product is a lip gloss that I finished up. I know it doesn't really look like it. There is a little bit like kind of stuck to the sides. This is the Tower 28 Pistachio. I really enjoy the Tower 28 lip glosses. So that it put in my empties bag and it kind of settled. So there is just a little bit more here, but the scent is a little off at this point, so I'm not going to try to scrape anymore. I use as much as I could. I don't pull stoppers out of lip glosses anymore. But yeah, it kind of smells Play-Doh-y now, so that's how I know it was good for me to finish it up. And that scent change was not there when I was, you know, using my last few uses earlier in November. So something in that time frame has, you know, triggered it and it's off now, but it's okay because I finished it up and I'm really, really glad that I did finish it. I got use out of it and it can move along and not just sit in my collection and go bad there. So yes, this is completed, finished another lip product up, which I feel like for me is pretty difficult. I don't know, lip products, I have in my head that they're going to be easier to finish up than they are still after years of panning. So anyway, that is my project pan finale for this year. So some items I finished up, some items you'll probably see in next year's project pan. I'll be kicking off a project pan probably in January, maybe like the middle of the month. But that is something I want to continue to do. And then lately I've been doing 2 months in between the updates, and I've really enjoyed that because I feel like I have more significant progress. I can actually, you know, make bigger pans, you know, appear and all that. I can actually finish things, whereas before I felt like my updates were very redundant and that I wasn't really finishing everything. So I do foresee doing every other month updates next year, just because that was working well for me this year, and we'll just kind of reevaluate as we go along. But that is all I have for you today. So love to hear how your panning year went. Did you finish more or less than you thought you would? Do you have more or less pans in your collection? All of that good stuff. I'd love to hear your experience down below in the comment section. And that's going to be it for today's video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.